Hello everyone, welcome back. Video number 4 about the Baker Act, and assuming that the facility where your loved one is locked up is actually going to follow the law. Yeah, how about that? Sometimes the facilities don't follow the law. Well, why is that, Mark? Why isn't the facility following the law? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Number 1, maybe they just don't know the law and they're just ignorant. But number 2, and this is probably where we're going with this, they just don't care. Yep, they don't care. Well, how can that be, Mark? Why don't they care? You keep saying in all of your videos that they're an agent of the state's mental health system, and they are. That's why they can lock your loved one up. That's why they can cut you off. That's why they can forcibly medicate them. That's why they can deny them medications. And that's why they can do horrible things like coerce your loved one into signing a voluntary admission agreement so they can keep them for as long as they want without a hearing. And that's why they can file to get a court order to potentially keep them up to 6 months. And here's why all of this shenanigans is going on. Number 1, when you get Baker Acted, nobody actually knows you're there. That's right. Nobody knows you're there. And what I mean by that is the Baker Act facility or the hospital where you got locked up doesn't report to anybody. Yep, they don't report to a single person. So when I tell you that nobody knows you're there, I mean nobody knows you're there. And here's the icing on the cake. Because they are an agent of the state's mental health system, as a general rule, you can't sue them for this. You can't sue them if they don't follow the law. How about that? So if nobody knows you're there, they make money from putting heads in beds, and they can't be sued, then why would they ever bother to follow the law? Well, they will follow the law if you drag them into court. Oh yeah, dragging them into court means they have to explain to a judge why they're not following the law. Right? So that's really the key. And it's something I've been saying, and I've said in every video I think I've ever made about the Baker Act, that if your loved one gets Baker Acted, whether it's a good Baker Act or a bad Baker Act, you want to be in charge of making decisions for them. Because right now, even if you are designated as a healthcare proxy and or a power of attorney, you have zero authority to make decisions for them. Your power of attorney and your healthcare proxy aren't worth the paper they're written on. Unless, of course, you're willing to go into court and fight to get them out. So yeah, this is why the facility can just simply ignore the law, and why routinely they do. They simply do. That's it. It's really that simple. So if you've got a loved one Baker Acted, or if you've had this experience, let me know. I'm happy to respond to any comments. I will tell you, because this happens even on the weekend when I'm making this video, which is, by the way, July the 4th, as I'm making this video, we get calls, 2 or 3 calls a day. I got wrongfully Baker Acted. I got wrongfully Baker Acted. I want to sue. I want to sue. I want to sue. I get it. I wish I could tell you I could file a lawsuit for you, because if I could, man, I'd have been retired years ago and sitting on the beach in the Bahamas sipping pina coladas. As a general rule, as I just said, you can't sue for this stuff. I'm sorry, I wish I could tell you otherwise. And also, there's no process for expunging or sealing the record. So whatever's there, even if it's not true, it's there forever. I can't do anything about that either. So fight like hell to get your people out of the Baker Act facility. As an aside, if there's an issue going on in your family, because you know we help families with where there's a behavioral health issue, substance use, mental illness, which can be sometimes the reason somebody got Baker Acted. If you're tired of the chaos and you want to have a conversation about how we can help you, we'd like to talk to you. Please reach out to us. Also, in the link to this video is a link to our brand new book, all about the Marchman Act. I wrote a whole book, video, written content, all about the Marchman Act, and it's free. You just click on the link, you give us your name and your email address, and we'll send you the book. So please download it. I wrote it for you. I even actually have a book about the Baker Act on the Baker Act website. Not to confuse you, but there's an ebook about that. But the Marchman Act book is, it's really great stuff. So please download it. If you like this content and you want more of it, please, if you like the content, please give me the thumbs up. Google likes a good thumbs up. And if you want more of this content that I make every day, please subscribe to the channel. With that said, thanks for tuning in. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.